of a one-horse race over in Serie A. Of course, as Internazionale open up a 9-point clearance at the top of the table. What's going to go on this weekend? We're going to take a little look at it. That's right, Let's get another prediction video today. We're taking a look at match number 27, of course, over in Italy. And we'll get to that in a second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button. You want stop shop for the Serie A. It's right here at Blackburn Overseas. We've also got Rovers football, world football right here under one roof ski, of course. But we're going to talk about this weekend's action with, of course, a return to Serie A. That's right, the race for Champions League is hot to trot over in Italy. But can anybody stop, realistically, Internazionale from another title? We'll get into all of that in a minute. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. And again, if you're new, where you been? Hit the old subscribe button. Of course, smash the old likey. So here we go, guys. Recapping the last results before we get into the next round of games. Let's see where we all are with our own Super League predictions, Super Brew predictions. So here we go then. Kick it all off with a recap. Here they are. Bologna against Verona. 2-0 win it was to the host. Got that one spot on the nose. Of course I did. Salsulio with a big loss there at home to Empoli. Of course, strugglers at the moment down towards the foot of the table. Actually, middle of the table, should I say. Big 3-2 win away for them. Salernitana also lost to Monza. 2-0 win there. I went with a 2-1 win for Monza, not too shabby. Meanwhile, Genoa, 2-0 win as Udinese. I went with a 2-1 win. Once again, not too shabby. Juventus, 3-2 wins over Frosinone. Good fight there for the away side, but unfortunately nothing in the bag for them. I went with a 3-0 win. Cagliari did pick up a monstrous draw against Napoli, 1-1 in the end. I went with a 2-0 away win. Internazionale with a 4-0 win over Lecce. I went with a 2-1 win. Of course, big game though over in Milan. 1-1 it was. Got that one spot on the nose. Of course I did. And Roma, 3-2 wins over Torino. I went with a 3-1 win. And then wrap it up at the end there. Fiorentina with a 2-1 win over Lazio. I went with a 2-2 draw there. Not too shabby on my picks. But this is the situation we find ourselves over in the table. Right here, right now. As you can see, Internazionale with a 9 points clearance over Juventus. Milan, that's our AC Milan are in third there. With Bologna still in the mixer for Champions League football for next season. Atalanta in that discussion, as are Roma. You might even throw in Fiorentina as well. Going down, Salernitana, Cagliari, and Salsulio. At the moment, of course, Verona has also in that discussion. Frosinone, Udinese, maybe all the way up to as high as Empoli in that relegation discussion, of course. Lots of games still to be played. A couple of teams do have games in hand as well. What about our own games in hand? Let's take a look at our own Super League predictions, Super Brew predictions. Of course, as you can see, Ultra Omiro running away with it this past week. 18 points for him. Raymond Reddington with, of course, 14, alongside Alex Weller as well. Well done to those guys for keeping up the heat in, of course, the back end of the season here. So well done to those guys. If you see a name in there, like Furrier77, Maka, Football Aces, Vinny Hong, all you guys, Soccer Heat, get in there, smash your likey. Let's get the likes in here, guys. Shall I set a target? I don't really do targets, but let's set a target. I know we get around about 400 to 500 views, maybe towards 1,000, but if we can get 50 likes on this, 50 likes, I tell you, 50 likes, that'd be absolutely crazy on this one. That's a challenge. Challenge is accepted. 50 likes. Get the 50 likes in, please. I don't really want to do the targets, but anyway, let's take a look at the overall leaderboard. As you see, Costas K still kicking ass and taking names. 286 for him. Raymond Renters in second spot there, with Vinny Hong in third, of course, and then the chasing pack. Of course, if you do see your name in there, smash the old likey. Why? Because we're after 50 likes. 50 bloody likes, of course. Get in the deep end and see how, of course, we can get on with the next round of games. And of course, we'll take a look at those next round of games, and they are right here, right now, of course. And we're going to recap or look forward to these matches, kicking all off with Friday, March the 1st. That's Lazio against Roma, a big game. But before that, disclosure, there are 2 games going on this in midweek. Sassuolo against Napoli, Internazionale against Atalanta. I'm not going to be talking about those games. They've been covered previously. They were just postponed for whatever, what have you. So we're not going to. So when those teams do come up in this coming week's matches, please forgive any form that may change between now and then. And also, don't forget to get the 50 likes and 50 likes. Can we do it? We'll see if we can do it. That's just a little challenge for you all as we go into it. Anyway, Lazio against Milan, coming at you over at the Stadio Olimpico, coming at you on Friday, the 1st of March. That's right. 72 times these two sides have played each other since 1983. We've got 15 wins for Lazio, 33 wins for Milan. We've got 24 draws, of course. Lazio, 4-0 win, the biggest, scoring 81 goals in those 72 games, 1.13 goals game on average. AC Milan, though, 4-0 in the biggest, also scoring 107 goals in those 72 matches, 1.49 goals a game. They, of course, without a win, the last three are AC Milan, 58% form for them. Of course, third in the table, 53 points on the board against the Lazio side, 50% form for them heading into this match, of course, winning 3 and losing 3 over the last 6. They are 8th with 40 points on the board. Last time around, over at the Stadio Olimpico, it was a 4-0 win for Lazio back in January 2023. Of course, the bookies do have this one going in favour of AC Milan, 5-4 for the victory here. 11-5 is, of course, your Lazio. 11-5 is also the draw. So quite tight within the bookies, but there is a favourite and amongst it. Going to go with a 2-2 draw in this one. I can't separate these two sides, especially over in Rome. Meanwhile, we go into Saturday's games. It's the 2nd of March. It's Udinese against Salernitana coming at you at the Stadio Frulli. They have played each other 7 times since 1998. We've got 3 wins for Udinese, 2 for Salernitana, and 2 draws, of course. Now, the biggest win for the host there was a 4-0 win. Scored 11 goals in those 7 matches, 1.57 goals a game on average. Salernitana, 3-2 win the biggest, scored 6 goals in those 7 matches, 0.86 goals a game. They're on 8% form, Salernitana, without a win in at least the last 9 games. They are 20th with 13 points on the board against the Udinese side. Just 1 win in the last 6. They are 33% form for them at the moment, and they are 15th with 23 points on the board as well. Last time around over at the Stadio Frulli, it was a 0-0 draw back in August 2022. The odds for this one, 20-13 on is your Udinese, 5-2 the draw, 92 is your away win, Salernitana. I'm going to go with a squeaky 1-0 win for Udinese, just like the bookies back in the hosts on this one. Then we go to Monza, taking on Roma, of course, over at the Stadio Briatano. They have played each other 3 times in 2022. Nothing for Monza, 2 for Roma, 1 draw, of course. Now the biggest win for Monza. They haven't got one just yet, but they've only scored the 1 goal in those 3 matches. That's 0.33 goals a game on average. Roma boasting 2 victories out of the 3 matches. 3-0 win was their biggest, scoring 5 goals in total, 1.67 goals a game on average. They are, of course, unbeaten in the last 4 matches there, just 1 defeat in the last 6. 3 wins on the spin for Roma. They are 6th with 44 points on the board. I guess the Monza side, who had a good season so far, 11th in the table, we're 36 points on the board, unbeaten also in the last 5 heading into this one. Last time around, over at this Stadio Briatano, it was a 1-1 draw back in May 2023, but the odds for this one, we got Monza 5-2 for the victory, 21-20 is your Roma, and 2-5 is the draw here. Going to go with a 3-1 win for Roma. They're cooking right now, and they're trying to make that top 4. Torino up against Fiorentina, of course, coming at you over at the Stadio Olimpico Gran Torino. Played each other 43 times since 1995. We've got 9 wins for Torino, 20 wins for Fiorentina. We've got 14 draws, of course. Now the biggest win for Torino was a 4-0 win. Scored 42 goals in 43 matches. That's 0.98 goals a game. Fiorentina, though, 5-1 win, the biggest, scoring 64 goals in 43 matches, 1.49 goals a game heading into this one. Fiorentina, though, just 1 defeat in the last 4, 42% form for them over the last 6. They are 7th with 41 points on the board. Against the Torino side, just 1 win in the last 5, 50% form for them over the last 6. They are 10th, 36 points on the board at the moment. Last time around, over in Turin, it was a 1-1 draw back in May 2023. Fiorentina are unbeaten over the last 3 games against Torino. And of course, the bookies for this one, 31-20 is your Torino, 90-10 is your Fiorentina, and 21-10 is the draw. Going to go with a 2-1 win for the away side here. Fiorentina keeping up the heat in the race for the top 4. Let's get into the next games, of course, which are Sunday. Starting with, that's March the 3rd, starting with Verona against Sassuolo. They have played each other 25 times in 2007. Got 9 wins for Verona, 13 wins for Sassuolo, and 3 draws, of course. Verona, 4-2 win the biggest, scored 37 goals in 25 matches, 1.48 goals a game. Sassuolo, though, 3-1 win the biggest, scoring 42 goals in 25 matches, 1.68 goals a game heading into this one. Sassuolo, though, 25% form for them right now without a win in the last 5. They are 17th with 20 points on the board against the Verona side without a win in at least the last 6. They are 18th with 20 points on the board as well. Last time around, though, over at the Stadio Mariettiano Bertagodi, that was in Verona, was a 2-1 win for the hosts back in April 2023. The odds for this one, we've got Verona 65 for the victory, 23-10 is the draw, 23-10 is also your away win. It smells like a draw, guys, and I'm going to go with it. A 1-1 draw in the end. Empoli against Cagliari coming at you on Sunday, March the 3rd. Of course, they have played each other 21 times since 1988. 10 wins for Empoli, 6 for Cagliari. 5 draws, of course, another biggest win. For Empoli was a 4-1 win. Scored 32 goals in 21 matches, 1.52 goals a game heading into this one. Cagliari, though, 4-0 win the biggest, scored 32 goals in 21 matches, 1.52 goals a game. Of course, Cagliari, back-to-back games without a loss. They're on 17% form, though. Of course, winless in at least the last 6 games. They are 19th with 20 points on the board as well. And Empoli are 13th for the table, 25 points right now. Unbeaten in the last 6 games, 75% form for them heading into this one. Last time around, over in Empoli, it was a 1-1 draw back in February 2022. In fact, back-to-back draws between the two sides. In fact, if you want to open up the can of worms a bit further, the last 5 games, Empoli are unbeaten against Cagliari, picking up a couple of wins and 3 draws. The odds for this one, 11-10, the Empoli, 13-5. Your away win, 11-5 is also the draw. Going to go with a cheeky away win here. Back Ranieri's boys, they are fighting. 2 for now, 1-0 win for them on the road. Meanwhile, Frosinone against Lecce Lecce coming at it on Sunday, March the 3rd as well. They have played each other 16 times since 2006. 4 wins for Frosinone, 9 for Lecce, and 3 draws, of course. Frosinone, 3-1 wins. The biggest, scoring 17 goals in those 16 matches, 1.06 goals a game. Meanwhile, Lecce, 5-0 win, the biggest, scoring 33 goals in 16 matches, 2.06 goals a game as well. Lecce, though, 17% form for them at the moment, just 1 win in 6. Of course, 14th in the table, 24 points right now. Frosinone, 4 defeats in the spin. They are 25% form for them at the moment, just 1 win in 6. They are 16th in the table with 23 points right now. Last time around, they're over at the Stadio Benito Strepi. Of course, it was a 0-0 draw back in November 2021. That was in Serie B. Lecce are unbeaten against Frosinone over the last 5 competitive matches, 3 wins, couple of draws to boot. But the odds for this one, we have Frosinone 23-20 for the victory, 23-10 the draw, 23-10 also your away win here. Going to go with a 2-1 win for Frosinone, taking the points and moving up the ladder they go. Atalanta against Bologna on Sunday, March the 3rd as well. They have played each other 41 times in 1986. We've got 20 wins for Atalanta, 10 for Bologna, 11 draws, of course. 2 form teams heading into this one. The biggest win, though, for Atalanta was a 5-0 win, scoring 61 goals in 41 matches, 1.49 goals game. Bologna, 3-0 win, the biggest, scoring 44 goals in 41 matches, 1.07 goals a game. Bologna, though, 92% form for them right now, winning 5 under the bounce. 4th for the table, 48 points on the board against the Atalanta side, 92% form for them. Also, they are 5th with 46 points on the board as well. Last time around, they're over in the Guais Stadium in Atalanta. It was a 2-0 win for Bologna, who've won back-to-back against Atalanta, including the reverse fixture back in December this campaign. The odds for this one, 11-10, Onish Atalanta, 12-5 is the draw, 3-1 is your long shots, which is Bologna. I'm going to go with a 2-1 with Atalanta, but I really, really would like to see Bologna take the spoils. Into the final 2 now, we have Napoli against Juventus. Of course, the champions Napoli, not for very long though. Of course, up against Juventus, currently in second spot. They played each other 57 times since 1983, 18 wins for Napoli, 28 wins for Juventus, 11 draws, of course. Another biggest win for Napoli was a 5-1 win, scoring 85 goals in 57 matches, 1.49 goals game. Juve, 3-0 win, the biggest, scoring 102 goals in 57 matches, 1.79 goals game. On 50% form are Juventus, just 1-2, lost 2, and drawn 2 over the last 6. They are second with 57 points on the board against the Napoli side. 50% form for them also, 1-1, lost 1, and drawn 4 over the last 6. They are 9th in the table with 37 points on the board as well. Last round over in Napoli, it was a 5-1 win for Naples, of course, back in January 2023. They did play each other back in the Allianz Stadium back in December. It was a 1-0 win for Juventus way back when. Juventus just winning once the last 5 matches against Napoli. Of course, can they make it twice? 29-20 is your Napoli, 11-5 is the draw, 15-8 is your away win. Going to go with a 2-2 draw on this one, point apiece. I think Juventus will probably be the happier on that one. And then wrap it up. It's Internazionale against Genoa on Monday, March the 4th. Let's get into this one then. The Giuseppe Meazza, they played each other 38 times since 1983. We got 23 wins for Inter, 8 wins for Genoa, 7 draws, of course. Now, the biggest win for Inter was a 5-0 win, scoring 74 goals in 38 matches. That's just shy of 2 goals a game on average. Meanwhile, Genoa, 2-0 win, the biggest, scoring 29 goals in 38 matches, 0.76 goals a game. On 67% form are Genoa right now, just 1 defeat in the last 6. They are 12th, 33 points on the board against the Inter side, 100% form for them right now, at least 6 on the bounce. They are top with 66 points on the board as well. Last time around, though, over in Milan, it was a 4-0 win for Inter back in August 2021. The reverse fixture in Genoa this campaign was a 1-1 draw. In fact, it was back-to-back draws at the moment between these two sides. The odds here, 7-2 Onish Inter, of course, red hot favourites, 19-4 the draw, 70-2 is your away win. I'm going to go with a comfortable 3-0 win for Inter on this one. And if I'm right, which of course I bloody well hope I am, the table will look something along these lines here, guys. It'll be Inter top of the table with 69 points right now, Juventus in second, AC Milan in third, Atalanta squeaking into 4th at the expense of Bologna. Meanwhile, Roma still in the heat there, of course, could go in 4th next weekend's action. Down the foot though, Santina, Sassuolo, Hellas Verona going down, Cagliari staying on, of course. Don't forget to get your picks in with the Super Brew. Of course, we'll be back for the next round of games right here at Blackburn Rovers. And of course, don't forget to smash your like. 50 likes we're asking for here. Can we do it? Of course, it's all down to you. But until then, I'll see you soon for the next one.